Hello everyone, Stinger Splash back with another video, and today I'm not going to be looking at my usual steelbooks or anything like that. I'm actually going to be talking about the WWE Network. As some people who have been subscribers to my channel for a long time will know, in the past this channel was a lot of wrestling, DVD and Blu-ray related stuff, and I still collect them, but I don't really show updates on them or anything anymore. It's really just more about steelbooks here. But I want to talk today about the network, because the announcement has been about a month ago now, and we're a couple of weeks away from it debuting in the States. And so I just thought I'd put my views out there on it, and some of the odd sort of views that people have on it. Not happy that it's not a network, it's not on the television. And I think people have to realise that this is 2014, and a network channel doesn't really work like it used to. I'll just show some Blu-rays here. The Oprah Winfrey Network has taken years to make a profit, and it's only just broke even. But you look at something like Netflix, and it's making money hand over fist. It's the future. People want to stream movies and stream TV shows, and they don't want the standard network where it's live 24/7, and you have to record at a certain time whenever you want to watch a show. Now, this brings a question about DVD collectors like myself, Blu-ray collectors. Now, is it a time to sell, or should you keep them? Now, for me personally, being in the UK, I'm not going to do anything rash just yet, but I would seriously consider selling everything if the network was a success, but you just don't know if it will be or not. Now, the network won't show everything. Let's make that clear, and they won't show everything straight away. There'll be things that they will phase in and out, and a lot of the older stuff may not be shown in its entirety. I know they're saying that it'll all be uncut, but I don't believe that. They've already sort of announced that the Over the Edge 99 event, which I didn't even think they'd put out there, is going to be cut. Anything to do with Owen Hart will be cut, so that'll be quite a short pay-per-view, I think. They'll have to sort of edit music and things like that, musical performances out of stuff, but a lot of that they've done anyway, so far. Now, for me, it's like, well, yeah, I could easily sell some stuff, especially if I bring the camera down here. This shelf here, this is my Tag Classic shelf. As you can see, it's basically everything there. I don't have some of the later Tag Classics because I kept the original releases from 2001, 2002. But a lot of these older titles are quite, hard to find, quite rare. And shelves a bit dusty there, but a lot of these titles are worth quite a bit now, and you could get 20, 25, 30 quid for them. But what if the network doesn't last as long as we expect? And there's not a guarantee that everything that's on these DVDs is going to be on the network anyway. For example, on the Netflix wrestling content at the moment, there are a few documentaries that have been on there. But say, for example, with the Batista DVD, it's unlikely that they would put up all the matches. You just get the documentary. Now, yes, granted, a lot of the matches will be on pay-per-views, so you can just go to them whenever you like, but at least with the DVDs, it's sort of a time saver. You have them there and then, rather than having to, dig through an old pay-per-view event to get to the match. Also, a lot of the time with these documentaries, there is deleted scenes that aren't, part of the main documentary, and they won't be shown. But you really have to be quite a big fan of someone if you're going to keep the DVD or the Blu-ray just for that. The Blu-ray does have usually at least an hour of extra features, but again, you have to be quite a big fan just to sort of want to keep them for that reason. Now, I think one of the biggest things that will happen with this network, one of the biggest problems, is going to be the DVD sales for pay-per-views. I don't think that the something like, for example, Best of Raw, they might still do okay, because you've got the best all in one place, and those events aren't likely to be put all on the network in one go. So, but events like WrestleMania and Extreme Rules, why would you buy the DVDs when they're going to be up on the network immediately? And there's not a lot of special features with those DVDs anyway. So I think that the DVD sales for the pay-per-views will really plummet. And also for the pay-per-view buy rates in the UK and Canada, while the network is only in the US for now, I'm pretty sure that those buy rates will fail and fall because, especially for Canadians, I feel really sorry for them because they've never had, a good like us in the UK. We've had many years of free pay-per-views and, being excluded, on either on Channel 4 or on Sky as part of Sky Sports subscription. But Canada, they've had to pay full whack all the way, and now they still have to pay full whack, while, their neighbours, just to the south of them are getting them for $10. And here in the UK, granted we get Elimination Chamber as part of the Sky Sports package, but next year when that Sky Sports package changes, everything's going to be on pay-per-view. And especially with WrestleMania, why should we pay £18 for it if, people on the network are getting it for £6 or the equivalent of £6? So I think pay-per-view buy rates, not just in America, will suffer from this network announcement, but also everywhere else that doesn't have the network yet, because they're going to begrudge paying the extra when it's cheaper elsewhere. But I think that's always been the case anyway. I think Americans will say that they've not bought pay-per-views in the past because why would they pay $50 if it's half price in England? Wait for the DVD or what have you. So it's going to be an interesting launch, and it's an exciting time for sure. But for people in Canada and in England, we just want to know when we're going to get it. Now, of course, there is the chance of this workaround that works with Netflix. Where you can sort of use a VPN service like Unblock Us or something similar like that, and you can get onto the network from anywhere around the world. Now, I'm not sure if that'll work or not, because with Netflix it worked because you had a UK account that you logged into, and then you were able to then change it to another country. Now, with this, we can't log into the UK network yet because it's not up. So how are we going to get that US account? Now, I've set up a US PlayStation Network account so I can download the app, but whether or not they're going to allow me to purchase a subscription or not, we'll have to see. I mean, I'm going to use PayPal, but what happens if they have some sort of, recognition of where you're from, and if it's not a US address, they basically say, no, you can't have the network. Now, I don't know why they wouldn't do that, because they're going to be getting lots of money from people, but they may decide not to. They may try and block, or they may not. We just don't know yet. So that'll be another interesting development as it goes forward. Now, they have brought out a list of the the pay-per-views that are going to be up on the network. Not every documentary, of course, will go up. Some of them probably will never see the light of day now. I would think that the very controversial ones, like the Chris Benoit one, you'll never see. Probably the Eddie Guerrero one. I think that the Superstar Billy Graham one will not be seen, or the self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior. It's unlikely. But the pay-per-views that are going to be up, they've pretty much got everything up that you'd want. As I say, everything from the very beginning, and even before pay-per-view, like WrestleMania 1 and 2, which were on closed circuit TV, and the big event, which wasn't a pay-per-view at all. But wrestling classics up there, all the way through to the Royal Rumble and everything in between. WCW, pretty much everything's there, and the same with ECW. But things like Worlds Collide, which was a AAA pay-per-view, which was done in conjunction with WCW, is not listed. So there's a chance that won't be there. Yeah, so now see with the ECW DVDs, it's just like every ECW DVD that ever got released in the UK, which is about 10 times as many as got released in America. A lot of these events aren't even pay-per-views, like The Doctor Is In or the old Heatwaves and Hardcore Heavens, so they won't be on the network. It's just the, I think it's 21 ECW pay-per-views that are going to be on there, at least to start with. Whether or not they'll add the other ones, we don't know yet. For the UK pay-per-views, the UK only pay-per-views, they're all up as well. The events like One Night Only and Insurrection, Rebellion, but not the old UK Rampage tours. They aren't up there. So, you know, there's still stuff that you might want to keep, but for me personally, I will keep everything for now, because I don't want to let it go. I've got all the WCW DVDs on backup, and all the WWE and ECW genuine titles. And, you know, it's still nice to have that sort of, you know, physical collection, because, you know, digital, you never know what's going to happen with it. But yeah, so for me, I think it's going to be an interesting time, and I think that the network will be a good thing. But as for selling off your collection, I would maybe hold back a little bit, you know, just now, because you know, knowing outlook in the UK, the network would fail, and America would get it for 6 months, and they'll say, okay, we're not going to allow anyone else to subscribe, and it just gets, you know, cut off and cancelled, and just like Tout, WWE just decide not to mention it anymore and hope that everyone forgets it ever existed. And you know, it'll just go back to normal. The problem is, though, with this, if this does fail, which I really hope it doesn't, as I say, as soon as it's available that I can purchase it, I will. If they do fail, how can they expect anybody to go back to paying $50, $60 for a pay-per-view again when they've been paying $10? It just won't happen. They'll be completely screwed. So I think really this can't fail, but what's to say it won't? You know, especially if they have Ring of Honor style problems with their pay-per-views, and they end up with you know, severe issues in having an overload of people you know, watching the streams. But you would think they would know exactly how many subscribers they're going to have, and make sure they have enough bandwidth. I mean, they're dealing with MLB TV, who are extremely good at what they do, and you know, they can stream, I think, 5-6 live games at once. So I don't think they're going to have a problem with, you know, streaming a live pay-per-view to, you know, I don't know, 1 million subscribers, if that's how many there is. I mean, I'd be surprised if there isn't at least 1 million in the first month. But you know, after that, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the future? But you know, hopefully it will grow and grow, and maybe at that point I would decide to sell the collection. But for me, as a completist collector, it would have to be everything or nothing. So I would probably end up selling everything in one go, or in you know, very short order. So yeah, if you see anybody selling, you know, 300 odd DVDs and Blu-rays, and WWE DVDs and Blu-rays, and you know, like 60 odd ECW DVDs, it's probably me getting shot. But you know, hopefully it won't come to that, because I've always been you know, a supporter of physical media as opposed to digital media. You know, that's why I've got you know, the games and the DVDs, and this is just, you know, this isn't anywhere near close to what I've got. Well, it's probably about half of what I've got, but to me, physical copies still beat a digital file. And, you know, some people might think it's a bit too much, but at the end of the day, it looks nicer on the shelf. You know, having big black boxes full of data that at any moment could go down, you know, is that really what people want to have? It might look a little smarter, but for me, I prefer to have, you know, the wall of media, as I call it. And yeah, that's my take on it. But you know, at least it's an exciting time, and everyone's sort of wondering what's going to happen. And there is, for a while, for the first time in a while, there's some genuine excitement about WWE and what they're doing. And you know, this could actually be the start of not just a big change for WWE, but also other sports outlets. I mean, what's to say that the NFL or the Premier League in the UK here decide, you know what, this is a good model, and why shouldn't we, you know, charge someone £10 a month to watch all the Premier League matches and have highlights of every Premier League match that's ever happened? You know, how many people would not pay for that? And I think that would change the game a lot. So, well, no, we'll see going forward. But this will do it for this video, and I'll see you again soon. Maybe I'll do another update once the network's up, and who knows, maybe I'll be able to watch it straight away. I'll at least try my very best. But thanks again for watching this video. Please leave your comments about it, and I'll reply to everyone. So thanks again for watching. See you again soon. Take care.